And many years to put this together. It's been about 4 years in the making, but I really want to thank a whole list of people here. Without my glasses here, we're going to pull this off, right? But to start with is our title sponsor, the Visitors and Convention Bureau, under the name of the Beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel. Oh, thanks, Doug, in case I need some glasses. Perfect. The Beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel, and I have the marketing director, Brian Wisowski, here. Brian, can you come up and just say a few words? These guys have really put it forward. They stepped up right away. They promoted us around the world. They put a boat at the airport, and they had a team that supported us all the way around. Brian, thank you for you and Cam and everybody from your team. Awesome job.
Hello, Hobie World. Y'all having a good time? So my name is Brian Wisowski. I am the marketing director for the Lee County Visitor and Convention Bureau, known to the rest of the world, as you've seen on the boats all week, actually for 2 weeks, as the Beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel. So why were we so interested in bringing the Hobie Worlds here? Well, one, because Doug thought it was a good idea, and two, because the water story here in Lee County is extremely important to us, right? We're known for nature. We're known for outdoor recreation. And now we're known for the Hobie Worlds, baby, yeah! So, I just wanted to say thank you all for coming from all over the world. Thank you on behalf of our Tourism Development Council. Thank you on behalf of the Lee County Board of County Commissioners. And of course the Visitor and Convention Bureau. And the team that you have putting this event together is incredible. It's one of the best we've ever worked with, I have to say. The International Hobie Class Association, yeah, give it up. Dan and Rich. And Grandma Lori, where are you, Lori? We could not have done this without Lori Money, right there. So when you leave here, we hope you tell your family, we hope you tell your friends. Come back to South Seas Island Resort. By the way, how do you feel about South Seas? My good friend Verdell Eckbert is over there. Let's give it up for South Seas as our host property. It's been a fantastic partnership. Tell your family, tell your friends, share it on social media, and we hope to see you back here someday. But again, from the bottom of our heart, from Lee County, thanks to all of you for coming here. We're very, very proud and very humbled to have been able to host the Hobie Worlds. Thank you very, very much.
That's a title sponsor, right? They're so excited they want us back. How about that? That'd be fun, huh? So, yeah, the next thing about putting an event together is finding a place, and we looked and we looked. We really wanted it in the U.S., but we found this place. We were lucky enough to be having a fishing team that came here and did a really nice writers conference, and they found the waters, and they discovered a place that some of us that are old enough knew this place long ago. And we came back, we looked it over, and we said, boy, it couldn't be a better blueprint. If you had to sit down and draw a place that had sand and palm trees and golf course and picnic tables and a beach bar and hotels and food and restaurants and all the venues that happened, this was the kind of place that we needed, and it was South Seas Island Resort. Thank you so much for being our host here. Great job. Awesome place. We have so many other sponsors we'd like to thank. Colgate Offshore Sailing School helped us with the boats and all the race committee. Liros and Unlimited, all the great ropes that are on the boat. Hobie Polarized, it did a 50% discount, those guys. I mean, all of us are wearing Hobie Polarized. They did a beautiful job. Stillwell Enterprises and all the restaurants down there, and those 2 great parties we had down at the street party. The one the other night was awesome. Captiva Cruises. I don't know how many people went out on the water, but they have a beautiful boats and those rides up to Cabbage Key, and they just stepped right up and took care of us. And I know Jimmy and Fawn here at Sunny Island Adventures that have the golf carts, the bikes, all the toys, the eclipses out there. They were right there helping us as well. We went up to Cabbage Key. I don't know if anybody got a chance to go up there, but if you heard the song from Jimmy Buffett, Cheeseburgers in Paradise, that's where he wrote that song about. We went up there the other night. We had a great dinner, and it was just an awesome place. Our sponsors also include Doc Ford's. How about the parties we had at Doc Ford's? And I think that was the office away from the office, right? Doc Ford's did a great job and really helped us out. And then Wicked Dolphin Rum, I think that was the best tagline that said, bring something wicked to the table. That was pretty cool. And they did some great parties. They've got a punch here tonight for us. Estero River Outfitters, they were our Hobie dealer right there in the palm trees and everything that set up all the stuff, sold all the great stuff, and wow. Sanibel and Captiva Chamber of Commerce, Nautical Ventures, who was our Hobie Cat dealer on site, and then one guy that you might have seen the other night across the street from the party, the Gold Parrot, he just came to us and said, you know, I'm opening a brand new store. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to be involved. And I said, well, how about a spot in the program and just come by a boat? He said, I'm in. Let's do this. So he was a great guy. But my hat's off to really the one big sponsor that we've been in love with for years and years, and it's Hobie Cat Company. And we have quite a few of our principals over here from Hobie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for decades of what you've done for everybody. And it was without you, we couldn't do this. I mean, beautiful boats made in Australia and put together by a beautiful team. In fact, we should talk about that team next. And that's the person I want to bring up, my friend Steve Fields. Steve's been involved with so many of these worlds, and he was our main guy to get together the water team and the beach team, and we call it the A team, the world's team. Steve? Thanks, man.
Awesome, what fun. What a great event we've had here. There's a lot of people, lots of sponsors we've seen. There's also a lot of people that put a lot of hours in banging boats together in the hot sun and sitting in the rain. One of the guys said, Steve, you said the brochure didn't have rain. And it rained and it got windy. But if you guys can stand up when I call your name, it means a great deal. My name gets mentioned way too much, and these guys really make it happen. From the media team, Bob Finlay, Tony Lynn, and Jeffrey Fortuna. You guys great coverage. We've had a lot of fun, and I think we presented ourselves pretty well. This guy's managed to break every single boat we've given him. Rescue 2, Kevin Winchester, stand up. Oh, you are standing up. I'm sorry. The boat owners don't like you. Just kidding. On the Star Boat, my favorite boat. Donna Kennedy, Dean Parker, Trish Gray, and Amy Berry. Lee. If you want something done right, I think the girls should do it. The Penn boat had a fantastic time, and on that replacement boat, we watched them launch 2 or 3 times at the Penn end, but still kept looking for numbers, which is good. Is Maxine Blundy and Peter Skews. I know you're French, but I still like you. On the Gates boat is Jim Barry and Clyde Kennedy, did a fantastic job on the Gates. He was standing up. On A-Mark, they did stuff all at A-Mark. They just cruised around this massive boat with the windscreen wipers on. Mal Gray, Scott Garthon, and Tony Lim again. Great comments. The beach team make this thing happen. End of story. Period. Now it starts with the check-in guy, Matt Miller. Where's he at? Now, I don't let too many new people on the team ever. But we got a new guy, and he just came to the party. Didn't wear shoes for about 3 weeks. He had a great time. Sean Douglas. Mr. Comedy on the Beach, Jacques Bernier. I got busted. So I'm calling Jacques and say, where's all the eye candy? He had his phone on speaker and all these girls were in the going, whoa! Thanks, Jacques. Dave Richardson does everything and keeps the boats repaired when you guys smash them up. Thank you. And the managing director of Hobie Captiva, Michelle Coriendo. Thank you. And the guy who keeps everyone sane on the beach and me sane on the water is Peter Dubelow. We had Linda Mills. She was doing the rules committee and the weigh-ins, and I think she had a couple surprises, but she enjoyed it. Linda, where you at? I don't understand, there were a couple male competitors said, can I weigh in nude? And I'm not sure what that was all about. I don't want to know anymore. There are two other people that also make these things happen, and I forget how many races we did. Pasca's the guy with all these numbers. I think we did 64 plus knots. I don't know, it's all a blur. But there are two guys in particular who really worked very, very hard, and we did a lot of long hours to try to get the race as fair as we could, as quickly as we could, and that's John Hooper and David Brooks. So, I'll wrap this up real quick, but I'll tell you what, they're not in any order, and Dan's gone through the whole sponsorship list, but I'll tell you what, the team at the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel, you guys are awesome and you rock. Well done, and thank you for support very much, and I do want to come back. And for Glow, you get a check out on Sunday night. South Seas Resort, everything we wanted they gave us, and then some, and they let me run the buggy where I wasn't supposed to a couple times. So thank you, South Seas. Steve and Doris Colgate Sailing School, these guys provide the boats. I'll tell you what, we were really blessed this time. I think the start boat was, I think, $1.3 million. Thank you for not hitting it. Thank you. Sunny Island Adventures. Now, he says the bike and the buggy, so I tell you what, there's a couple guys there. We had Bruce from the Colgate Sailing School, so one of the races, Bryce, the committee boat, the pinned in got hit. We had to go sail the next day. I picked up the phone. 30 minutes later, we had boats that would go sailing the next day. And Bryce did that. And the other one was Jimmy from Sunny Island Adventure says, Hobie? Yeah, I'm in. And the story is, this guy's cool. He grew up sailing Hobie 18s with his family. We met him at one of the places down here, and he just said, are you guys from Hobie? I said, well, do I owe you money? And he goes, no, I thought we can have a talk. And he just talked about, I really love it. I'm glad to be associated with it. And it really started our whole period here long as associated with this good. More importantly, too, is these boat owners who entrusted us, who they don't know, from another planet, to use their boats, look after them. They had no idea what danger we're going to put these boats in. Zero. But we did it, and it was good. And Kevin, thank you for that start boat. The girls loved it, so thank you so much, especially Michael. Three others is Lori, Dan, and Rich for making this thing happen in the United States 34 years ago. I'll get out of here now, but I'll tell you what this is all about is that without you guys, it doesn't happen. And I know from the beach crew, our buzz was this afternoon seeing that champagne bottle eventually open. And, well, it took forever. You need practice. But it was really good, so thank you so much. You've traveled a long way around the world. It costs a lot of money, but seeing everyone here smiling, having fun at tonight, it means a great deal to all the sponsors and all the volunteers here. So thank you very much.
Steve does so much work behind the scenes, and it takes a lot of other people also, and another real big point person that's been working on this for years is our executive director of the International Hobie Class Association, David Brooks. David, can you come up a bit?
Thanks, Dan. I'm really hoping I wouldn't have to talk tonight, but on behalf of the class, again, thank you all, because you are the people that make it all special. Without you and your friendship, you make the class, you make it such a wonderful class to go back and be involved with. I look around, all I see is friends from all around the world. From this event, you will take back friendship, knowledge, and you'll be able to enjoy this for the rest of your life, especially when you start putting these videos up on Facebook and you can go back and show your friends what they missed out on. And hopefully, next World, they'll even have more friends here. So on behalf of myself, I just wish to thank you all for making my job so much easier, and it's such a pleasure to be involved with such a lovely group of people. To the sponsors, thank you so much, because you make the event possible. To all our volunteers, and there were so many volunteers who just made this event possible. No one complained, you just stood up and did the work. So for me, thank you very much, but mainly thank you, the sailors. You are the class, you make this thing so wonderful to be involved with. You make the events, so thank you very much.
So David is part of the, the class that keeps it all together, where all the memberships come together, all the questions come together, all the meetings come together. David is the point person here for the class. So if you ever need to say anything, a happy thing, a sad thing, an idea, whatever, it all goes to David. So make sure you know his email address. In fact, he was the principal race officer as well, and the whole event couldn't have happened without a principal race officer, a scorer, Paul Pasco. He was there, right? All the judges that were there. And I gotta say, I think Matt told me this, I think from all the events you've been to, it's probably one of the least amount of protests we had the whole time, right? And then there was, like Steve said, all the people on the beach, and I just want to thank Linda for helping me so much, John Williams for spotting, Annie for so much on the mic. Thank you so much for helping me out on the mic. That was a blast. We had so much fun down on the beach. All the people that came up with ideas about the music. I mean, a couple of times I went, that music really bad. Here, take my phone, use my playlist. That happened a few times, so that was kind of fun. But we kept it going for all those hours, and we had a party on the beach, and that was pretty fun too. The next person who I've been working with for so many years on this event, and she is the one that's really been the glue here on the ground and keeping us all together. And I just want to bring her up to say a few words. Lori Money, our Vice President of the International Hobie Class Association.
Don't make me cry. I just wanted to take a moment to thank, like David said, to thank all of you, because this is the only reason I do it. To see everybody's smiling face, to work with everybody. I just want to give a few shout outs to people that really did a lot and really helped me get through this, because it's been it's a labor of love, I say, but it's been a very long process. So I would like to thank Rich and Dan for being my co-chairs. We've been doing this for a long time. I'd like to thank David. Like I said, David. That's my pet name for him. We've had many a phone call, many a late night, because we're on way different time zones. I don't work for Hobie Cat. I live in Michigan. So I just wanted to say, I wanted to shout out to Trisha Tarkington, who they sent me Trisha from, I think they sent her from heaven. I don't know, I've never worked with anybody like Trisha, and I mean, it's been a great experience for both of us. I think Trisha really enjoyed herself, but I mean, when we had to work, we worked, but when we had to laugh, we laughed too. So I want to say that. I want to thank my friend Jan Half, who's from my home fleet. She was a big help for me. I'd like to thank Lynn Myers and Mimi Apple. They were huge help at registration. And again, like David said, I would just like to thank all of you, because the reason I do this is because I've met so many people, and everybody's wonderful. And if you're really bored afterwards, Trish and me have books, our Hobie books up there, and we would love for you to sign them, because that's the memory that I want to take away from this event. So, thank you.
Well, the next person is our co-event chair. He was also a racer, and so he's also the president of the International Hobie Class Association, Rich Mckay.
Thanks, Dan. So I've been the president for a few years of the class, and one of the missions I had when I took over the job was really to bring world-class Hobie sailing back to the United States. It's been a very long time. It's been a long process to fulfill on that, but we're really glad to see it fulfilled, and we're looking forward to the future and what's next. 56 races in 16 days, with only 2 days lost to weather is pretty phenomenal. We're really pleased with that. Our event team, can't say enough about the event team, from the on the water to the on the shore to the administrative staff. We had a goal going into this to really bring in an event team that could deliver a truly professional event to the competitors, and I can't say enough about them. They did a phenomenal job. And lastly, to all the sailors. I mean, I'm out there in the water with you. It's an amazing experience. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. The World Championships it's difficult sailing. It's very hard. And I remember a quote from China, from Nick Butler, one of our past World champions. And he said, it's the World Champions. It's the World Championships. It's supposed to be hard. And it's really a valid remembrance when you think about how hard the sailing is and how competitive it is. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for participating.
Finally, one more person that I'd like to bring up, because he was really the inspiration that we had when we came here the first time. He had the vision when he walked out on the Sunset Beach for the first time. He said, we need to do a Worlds here. This is the kind of place we need to do it. And I said, can we make it happen? He goes, we can definitely make this happen. So I just want him to tell a little bit of the story, and also so much history. And I'd like to Doug Skidmore, our CEO of the Hobie Cat Company, to come on up and say a few words about all of that we went through.
It's always the same, Dan. Thank you. Now it's not going to work for the next guy, but that's not my problem. Just a couple things. I was fortunate enough to attend an event down here probably about 3.5 years ago. We had a writers conference. We had a bunch of fishermen come in, and we had a bunch of writers come in for that. And as part of the deal, some of the people from the local community here said, we need to show you around. So, great. We got in a boat and they drove me past this facility, and first they showed me kind of the lodging that they have, the boat basin, and I said, do you guys happen to have a beach here? And they said, well, let me show you. And they went around the corner, and here's like 200 miles of white sandy beach going down the way here. And I said, you know what, would you be interested in running a Hobie Worlds Regatta here? And they said, tell me about it. And I did, and here we are. And unbelievably pleasurable group to work with. Tamara, who I don't believe is here. Brian, you and I have spent a little bit of time together, but it's been awesome. There's very few facilities in the country that come anywhere close to this type of venue, so it's really cool. There was a lot of thank yous tonight, and I have a couple special ones that I need to talk to you about. The first one, unfortunately, requires a little bit of a story, so please bear with me for just a minute or two. In 1976, as a college student, I found myself at the University of Washington and in College of Fisheries there. And I was a displaced San Diegan surfer from Southern California, and it's in Seattle, and I didn't know, like, what am I going to do? If you don't know, Seattle is not conducive to surfing. There's no waves, and that's a major if there's no waves. The water is a full 40 degrees colder than what you guys were here, and that's the most of the year. And so after a long, cold winter, I realized, like, I got to do something. I got to find some other, sport to do. So I decided to buy a sailboat. And I met some guy by chance, and he says, you need to buy a Hobie cat. And I said, well, why is that? And he goes, well, you're going to meet a ton of people. You're going to meet a ton of girls. He goes, it's a girl magnet, and you're going to get into racing and do all this other stuff, and you're going to have a blast. He had me, it was a girl magnet anyway, so it didn't matter.
What's his name?
Stan Carter. Division 4, I'm trying to remember the fleet, I don't remember it.
Fleet 4.
Hey, was it Fleet 4? Okay, that's what I thought too, so I thought maybe you had it. So anyway, I said, I'm going to do this. I went and I got a loan and went and bought a boat, and I soon realized that I just didn't buy a boat. I had bought into a community, I bought into a culture, I bought into the Hobie way of life, and truly this is one time that I can talk to a group like this, and I know there's probably 95% of the people in here understand what I'm saying when I say the Hobie way of life. Is that a good? I'm happy to say that the Hobie way of life is breathing and living and thriving, and after 45 years of running these worlds for the Hobie 16s, here we are again. Unbelievable. So I'm saying all this because the thank you is to Hobie Laylod Alter, who created the Hobie 16, who gave us a toy to play on and a place to go play that game, being a race course. And so I don't have a glass, but I'd love to raise a glass to this gentleman for doing that. Thank you. And I'm almost done. I just have one more. We're fortunate tonight to have really most of the ownership of the Hobie Cat Company here. We're a private corporation, and we are very fortunate because the ownership that we have supports us and enables us to do these types of events. It's got some disruptions. We've got 10 people that have been here for like a month now. My personal assistant, Trisha's sitting back here. I've been lost for about 3 weeks now, and I really need to get her back soon. But anyway, the Vitter family is here. Thank you, Mark and Carol. The Rogers family is here, and Dick and Andy and Carrie. And The Wagner's family is here. Brett and Glenn, thank you so much. Anyway, that's all I've got, but so glad you guys are here.
On behalf of us, Doug, and the event and pulling it all off, we have this memento for the Hobie Gat Company. Hopefully you can take it back and put it in the Hall of Fame back at the office. So, all right, congratulations. If you ever get a chance to go to Oceanside, California, where the corporate headquarters are, you need to go there because the Hall of Fame is pretty cool. There's all kinds of history there, old hotlines, trophies, little toys, all kinds of things that have put this together, and pictures, and oh, geez, it's so fun. So I have a feeling that's going to go right into that hallway right there. Another thing that sits into that hallway is this right here. This is the Hobie 16 Hall of Fame Rudder. This was donated to us by Paul Pasco and his wife, so thank you, Paul, for that. But it's got every single place that we've been for the 21 years and now 22-year history. It's got all the winners on here from the Open. And I think we have some champions that have their name on this trophy. One in particular, Gavin Colby, who's on here twice. Gavin, can you come up? Oh, somebody's going to come up with Dad. Oh yeah, I'm not going up there without her. Another champion that's also on this trophy is Mick Butler. Our current world champion, who just won the last time we did this, was Daniel Bjornholt. Am I forgetting anyone? Is there someone else up here that's won this? I think I looked through it. I think this is the group here. You guys hold this. These are past world champions that have come from all over the world. They've raced hard against each other, and they've carried the torch. Tonight we're going to crown a brand new Hobie 16 world champion that we can add in this crowd. Cruise too, but we just got to keep it rolling here. Thank you guys for being up here and supporting the class and everything. Really appreciate it. Okay, without further ado, I think we need to get this thing going. And nobody else that does it better than reading all the scores is Lauren Money.
In 15th place, from Australia with 31 points, Fletcher and Georgia Warren Myers. Oh, I'm sorry. Come up and get your trophy. We're going 15 deep. My apologies.
Sometimes he does south of New Zealand.
In 14th place, from Puerto Rico with 24 points, Francisco Figueroa and Sarah Kraft. In 12th place, from Australia with 128 points, Peter and Juliet Bates.
I'm so sorry.
In 11th place, from Australia, with 122 points, Mick Butler and Pip Fitzmonaco. In 10th place, from Australia, with 117 points, Darren Smith and Claire Bisgood. In 9th place, from Cuba, with 104 points, Vladimir Solodias and Alejandro de Guardia Perez. In 8th place, with 93 points, from Guatemala, Jason Hess and Katia Castellanos. In 7th place, from Australia with 92 points, Rod Waterhouse and Bridget Valesky. In 6th place, with 70 points, from Denmark, Daniel Bjørvold and Claire Nielsen. In 5th place, from Italy, with 69 points, Leonardo Morelli and Victoria Giannotti. In 4th place, from Australia with 54 points, Cameron Owen and Susan Gent.
No high five. Good hand.
Okay, this is 15th to 4th place, so let's give them a round of applause. In third place, from Australia, with 50 points, a first, a throw of a 16th, a 13th, a 6th, a first, a 7th, an 11th, a first for 50 points, Gab Colby, and worst news. And in second place, from Denmark, with a first, a 9th, a 2nd, a 10th, a 3rd, an 11th, a 5th, a first, and a throw of a 16th for 49 points, Nicolás Bjornhold and Michelle Jensen. And in first place, with a 2nd, an 11th, a 4th, a 6th, a 1st, a 4th, a 9th, a 2nd, throw of a 17 and a 7th with 47 points, our 2019 World Champion, Yamil Sama and Gonzalo from Venezuela.
English, voy a hablar en español. Gracias primero a mi tripulante. Después a todo mi equipo latino, México, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, que hemos navegado todo este tiempo. A Hobie, a la organización, a la gente de la playa, que un muy buen trabajo hicieron y nos apoyaron en todo, y a todos nosotros los veleristas. Un placer haber navegado con grandes campeones mundiales. Es un sueño haber estado aquí y haberlo ganado. Gracias.
World champion! Okay, pictures now. We're gonna have some dessert. We're gonna have a band. I know people want their deposits back. The deposits are gonna be over in the corner over there where they normally are. But I'd say before all that, let's just get down and do the Hobie party now thing. Let's party!
Still low.